How's it going, guys? Wanted to take a few minutes this afternoon. Just got through doing some chores a little earlier today, and look at that sunset back behind me. Absolutely wonderful. That's why I love living out here. I just thought that I'd take a few minutes in this video to talk with you all about a recent conversation that I had with someone. Very interesting conversation. Somebody that I've worked with for a while, but there again, where I work at, there's a whole lot of folks there, and I never really have talked to everyone, I guess you could say. You know, there's just so many people there that you never get a chance really to meet everybody. But recently had a chance to talk to this guy for a few minutes, and it was quite interesting. Thought I'd talk with you guys about it. Part of that conversation was initially I had asked him if he was from Ukraine. I was not sure exactly where he was from. I know that he was from somewhere over in Eastern Europe, and he wasn't. He was not someone from Ukraine. However, he was from Bosnia, and well, which, you know, there's a lot of folks around that are from over in Bosnia, and we got to talking a little bit about what was going on over in Ukraine, and we kind of got into what actually happened in Bosnia many years ago, and I thought that it was quite interesting, some of the things that he said, and I just wanted to share with you all. And one of the things that he said is that when the war first broke out over there in Bosnia, that it just happened fast. Everything just, it went, basically it just changed overnight. People that were his friends, just overnight, they became basically enemies. And, you know, he kept repeating about how that people over here just do not understand how fast things can change in a situation like that, when things break down the way that they did over there. Of course, now he is an American citizen. You know, he was a POW over there for a while. It was one of the things that he told me, that, you know, he was over there involved in the conflict and was actually a POW for a brief period, and was fortunate enough to get out, and now is here in the U.S., has gone through the process, and is an American citizen. And it was just a very interesting conversation. You know, he just kept coming back to the fact that just the people here, they just don't understand. They just don't understand how fast that it can change. And he also was talking about how that basically, in a lot of ways, we're importing a lot of the conflict that we're now seeing in some cases. And now, just to let me break that down a bit, and, you know, kind of go along with some of the things that he was saying. One of the things that he was pointing out was the fact that the factions that were in conflict over there, you now see people from both sides of those factions, both sides of those conflicting groups, within the same community here. And he is someone that's quite skeptical of folks that, you know, that I guess you could say that he was a POW for a while. He was literally imprisoned by some of these folks for a while. So there's nothing that any one of us could really say against him, because, I mean, there again, he's the one that went through it. But it is something that I felt was an interesting conversation. It was something that I think highlights just how much we don't understand about how things can change so quickly. You know, when you talk to people that have lived through it, just like he had, it gives you a whole new perspective on the struggles, the societal struggles, like what we see here in our country now, how things are going, the political division, the just all the chaos that we're seeing within our own land. And he was someone, just from listening to him, just from talking with him, he was concerned about what he's seeing in this country now. And, you know, he can see that basically that he's seeing a lot of the same patterns repeated here that led up to conflict over there. You know, and there's a lot of political differences in our country that are in many ways unreconcilable. I just have to say it. And in some ways it's getting worse. And I think that we need to listen to people like him. We need to take it to heart of just how easily taken that our freedoms can be. You know, our freedoms just overnight in this country, we never know what could happen. It could happen just as fast here that it happened over there for them. I mean, the conflict that we see now in our country could escalate more rapidly, and we could end up being in a situation like what we see overseas in some of these other countries. You know, it's real sad, but that was something that he wanted to point out to me. And it was just a great conversation. You know, sometimes when you talk to people, you learn things, and I was really glad to have a bit of time to talk with him, to take some of his knowledge, his life experiences, and compare them to what we see now, and listen to him compare the things that are happening now in our country compared to what he'd seen overseas in his home country. And it's just amazing, guys. But just thought I would share it with you all. Guys, if any of you guys out there have lived somewhere overseas where conflict has happened like this, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your stories. Please talk about it down in the comments below. They're worth sharing, guys. You may not think that there are folks over here that want to hear that. I promise you there are. I'd love to hear it myself. Guys, thanks for watching. Check out all the rest of the videos on the channel. Check out all the links down in the description. Thanks for watching. Visit my website at boomsticktactical.com, and we'll see you next time.